Hey, my name is Joe, and welcome to Bloodborne, which I'm playing on the PC using PlayStation Now. I'm also using an Xbox controller, meaning I won't be able to use gestures and the quick menu because I don't have a touchpad. I had set up to emulate the touchpad on my Xbox controller, but ever since I upgraded to the Elite controller, it doesn't work anymore, and my old Xbox controller sadly has drifting sticks, so I can't use it, or like have it also attached to my PC and use it to use the touchpad emulating thing that I had set up with that, because then all like my camera angle would get messed up all the time, and that's just way too annoying in a game that's so interesting as this. Yeah. Let's start.
Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Yep, and there we are in the character creation. So, wow, this is so I'm so unused to using the weird PlayStation interface for this. At least my name's short. Good. So I am not blind on any of the FromSoft games. I will be blind on... I saved an extra one, you freaking game. I came prepared and saved a favorite, and it appears that it doesn't save when you back out of this menu and go back to the main game. Thank you, game. Okay, so I'll be off doing that again, but I wanted to speak about the other thing first regardless. So, I am not blind on any of the Souls games. I will be blind on Elden Ring when it comes out. I know a bit about this, but Bloodborne is among the games that I don't really know 100% because I never played it, because I don't own a PlayStation. I will probably never own any console because PC is just better. But for this game, Bloodborne only, it's the worst option to pick the PC because all the graphics will look terrible compared to the PS4. Because it is running, like the PlayStation Now service is a streaming service, it is running on an emulator that is running in a server farm a few hundred kilometers from me. That will also be the reason why all trophy pop-ups will be in German, because the PlayStation system that's running there is set to German. But had I chosen another language, the server farm would be far away from me, so I would have very much more severe input lags and stuff. But we will have to deal with input lags, we will have to deal with the 30 FPS that Bloodborne already suffers from, and this is the only game that I'll play in 30 FPS, since I played the original Demon's Souls in 60 FPS as my last game on the emulator that was running on my PC, not on someone else's PC. But that is then streamed to me, and they do use graphics compression technologies to lower the load for their networks, and so it will look atrocious at times, and my computer is doing its best at upscaling it to 1080p, but details that aren't there can't be really upscaled, so it will be looking worse than you are than it would originally do. But okay, let me put back my character back together, I spent like 20 minutes on that. And yeah, so I'll see you in a second. Bullshit. Okay, that took me quite some time. I'm not happy at all, as always, with like these character building systems. The hugest pain in the ass is to try to get to a blonde hair color with RGB sliders. Like I would know which color is blonde. Like the dark blonde that I have, I was going for. Like the dark blonde that's a bit pale, a bit ash, a bit brown, a bit blonde. And it's actually really hard to get. And this is definitely a blonde, but it's definitely not my blonde. But I've been going for a guy that looks roughly like me. Now that you can see me down here with the camera, it's like I went for like a similar hair shape and hair color and the big nose, of course. I can't get those gray blue-green eyes that I have. That's the closest I can get to that. And last time I spent way more time customizing the face to look like me, like the face shape, and I just don't have the time for that. Now, okay, so that's how our character looks now. That's how Joe looks, roughly. Let's talk about this. Like, we have different upbringings, origins. Waste of skin is great. You are nothing talentless, you shouldn't have been born. That's blood level 4. You start off a bit weaker, but you can almost fully customize your character. We all start with at least 10 strength and 9 skills. That is so that you can... Oh, you can start with 9-9. Okay, you start at least with 9-9 in strength and skill, so you can wield all the weapons that you get as starting weapons. That's the reason for that. But we have like different things that are going on here. We are looking for skill and strength in like equal fashion, because I want to go for one of the quality build weapons here, which would be the saw cleaver as the starting weapon, or the spear that's roughly similar to it. So I will be going with this one. I don't want to go blood tinge or arcane with this one, but I would love to play the game again and do one of the arcane builds. It's just that it's not really worth it going for. Could go for professionalist, but we'll just have to deal with a bit less endurance and vitality at the start. Those are the things that I normally bring up pretty soon. But okay, we are experienced in war, a soldier with strength and skill. Yeah. So as I told you, I already forgot how much I told you. So this won't be blind. And I won't be able to tackle the DLC, as great as the DLC is, but PlayStation Now doesn't come with the DLC. So it will just be the base game, and I hope I can get through it just fine. But we'll go in as our military veteran right now. Finalize contract. Yes. And of course it would load very much faster if it would be running on my SSD, but it isn't. So loading will be a problem.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
I actually don't know what the transfusion was that we got just there. But this is where the nightmares begin. This is not the Dark Souls world. This is not medieval fantasy. This is Lovecraft horror. And there it comes, the first werewolf. And immediately setting up on us the sudden realization that werewolves don't like fire. The little ones.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Remember that voice for later, but we arrive here in Josefka's clinic. And unlike Demon Souls, which we played last, there are other players around that also just woke up. Because we're actually playing the game online. This doesn't open yet from that site. Didn't the starting room have like tutorial messages? So, Bloodborne controls. Normal attack. You can transform your weapons with left bumper. It's not block. With our fists, of course, that's just two-handing the fists. Then we have a charge attack, which is the heavy attack, but just held for longer. And, now the new notes are showing up. You're in the know, right? Sorry, I can't rate your message. I don't have a touchpad. Handwritten scroll. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. And that's our only thing that we can go by. We know to seek pale blood. Because that message told us. That's all we know. Great. So let's go. And explore further in Josefka's clinic. I think these are the tutorial messages I was waiting for. Yeah, attack with the right hand weapon. Lock on and release target. The usual stuff. We know how these games go by now. I mean, you might not. This might be the first Souls-like you're watching. Well, you lock on with a stick and then you hit the crap out of things. Hopefully not making a noise while trying to sneak up on this bastard. Of course he smells me. And we're doing no damage. Hinting at us that we should freaking run. Goodbye, Mr. Werewolf. Let's go through this door and hope that the werewolf doesn't come for us. And while we're at it, let's pick up these bullets. Not needed yet. And through this gate. Please don't come up behind me. We will revisit you later. It did lose interest of me. Okay. We are in central Yharnam. Let's look around while we're at it. We can already see that this looks worse than on the PS4 itself, but it's still quite alright. I mean, the fogginess of faraway stuff was always there. We immediately see a big bridge as a landmark and some cathedral-like looking structures over there. And a big trench in between one side of the city and the other. Still haven't found our starting weapon. Get blood vials that are our healing item, and yes, they are not replenishable. We will have to farm healing items again, and that's the worst about this game. We also do no damage to the normal guys. So let's just run and pull this lever that I know of. You fucking stupid! Ah! Apparently there's a stupid priority to reading messages over activating levers. But let's climb up this ladder. We need to get our starting weapon. We will go back down here again. And there we hear our next friend making his introduction. Can we see him from... Fuck you, game! You are not serious! I was looking around, I wasn't thinking about the game actually letting me drop off the side of the ladder. I didn't know that was an option. Okay. Light that lamp. This lamp now transports you back to the Hunter's Dream. Upon death you will awaken at this lamp. Go to the Hunter's Dream before he climbs up that ladder. What the fuck? I didn't know that you could jump off the side of that. I was wanting to look around. We'll do that once we have our weapon. Whew. Didn't know there was a cutscene upon arriving for the first time. By the way, you also come here if you die to the werewolf. You will immediately get transported here. But here we have it, the Hunter's Dream. Good. An abandoned doll. You're very helpful. And people died here. Very helpful. New players are greeted by people killing themselves with the wheel. Okay, great. These little guys, they came to us in the hospital. We can now use our 320 to acquire something, which we can't afford anything good, so we say no for now. I mean, I could sell my garb to get maybe one piece of the other garb, but I think it was this game who gives you serious trouble when you don't have stuff equipped. Or was that Dark Souls 3? When you have like empty slots, you get extra malices. And then let's look over here. I think they aren't here yet. There are no messages. Okay. Nothing else over here. Let's see if anybody is at home here. And there we have one. Say hi to German.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the Hunter's Dream. This will be your home for now. I am... German. Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
So he says to me that I'm supposed to go out and kill beasts, and that's my journey, while the other scrap of paper said I should search for the pale blood?
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the doll, should it please you.
Use the doll, no.
This was once a workshop. You're
already repeating. Okay. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. I like the way they phrase their stuff. It's also interesting that they phrase it differently. Like in Dark Souls, it's very medieval-like, and this is like it's a different kind of English, if you know what I mean. We can fortify weapons here with bloodstones. Great that we don't have any weapons. So thank you for that. Can warm up ourselves here. This is a storage. Like item overflow will go into the storage. How did you go up there? It's all thanks to inquisitiveness, therefore have audience with metamorphosis. Thank you, players. They shouldn't be here. Yeah, buy with insight, it said. So when we have insight, we can use that. But the most important thing is this now. The messengers giving us weapons. The messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. We get the saw cleaver, the hunter axe, and the threaded cane. Threaded cane is the skill option. Both of the others are the strength option. The threaded cane is just way weaker than the others, so I will take one of those, and I wanted to use the saw cleaver. Because like the hunter axe, it transforms between a one-handed and a two-handed axe, and that's not really different enough for me to care about that, so I'll use the saw cleaver, where the two options of that are really different. I should have read the text on that, whatever. Messengers offer you firearm, choose one, are wielded with the left hand and employed in beast hunting. We have either the hunter pistol, which is doing 70 damage, or the blunderbuss, which is doing 20. Why would you go for the blunderbuss, you ask? Good. Blunderbuss created the workshop for the hunter's line of work. Hunter firearms are specially crafted to employ quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood, boosting damage against beasts. The pistol says the same. The impact of this highly effective weapon counters beast's swift movements, and its wide spread is nigh on guaranteed to hit the mark. And the pistol is a quicker draw than the blunderbuss, allowing for speedier responses to attacks. So what we do is we use these to stun enemies and to parry enemies. And for that, like the blunderbuss is if you don't really directly head-on hit the enemy, it's like it has a wider spread and stuff. It's useful for that, but it's just a worse weapon. I want to go for the pistol. And here we get a notebook to leave messages with other players. We don't need that. Good, then let us equip our stuff. The saw cleaver and the hunter pistol. So we only have 10 bullets, so I won't use left trigger, but that's how you shoot your weapon. But we have our saw cleaver, which has a very straightforward diagonal combo of now 5 hits, because that's when stamina runs out. And like an overhead swing that is diagonal in the right trigger and is horizontal if you don't charge it. Like you can charge the right trigger. In all the other Souls-likes, that was only in Dark Souls 3 also. And then we can transform the weapon into something longer. Which the right bumper attacks are now suddenly vertical. And the right trigger attacks are horizontal. But if I charge it, it still remains horizontal. Okay. And we also have transform attacks, so if we transform in the midst of a combo, we suddenly have the other version of it. And actually do an attack with it. Okay, that's what you can say about this. Use the doll? Not an option already. Okay, back to Yharnam. We will use these different tombstones all throughout the game. But it's this that we use now. Back to the hospital, because we want to take revenge on that werewolf that didn't kill us. Like normally you're supposed to die and then you get back to this lantern, which is actually, I think, one room behind where we woke up.
Out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door.
We can see her face through the
patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection.
Through the hole.
I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
Josefka's blood vial.
Now, go. And good hunting. But I have nothing more to offer. Please. I can only... Are you still in... But I have... I can...
Okay, and I think she will give me more of that item as soon as I... Yeah, it's just a better blood vial. But we only have one of those. Toggle stats is that one. Blood vial acquired from the lady doctor at Josefka's clinic. This refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of hit points. This rare blood vial is a product of a slow and careful refinement process, which is likely devised by the doctor herself. Otherwise, let's look at our attire, what it says. Hood worn upon awakening to the nightmare of blood and beasts. Perhaps its wearer had to stay out of sight and traveled by cover of darkness. Without memory, who will ever know? Not typical clothing for Yharnam. Perhaps it is of foreign origin. It is said, after all, the traveler came to Yharnam from afar. But who will ever know without memory? A faint memory recalls blood ministration involving the transfusion of unknown blood, not long after the nightmare began. And that's foreign clothing. And this one I didn't read yet. Transform into a long cleaver that makes use of centrifugal force. The saw with its set of bloodletting teeth has become a symbol of the hunt and only grows in effectiveness the more grotesquely transformed the beast. No real idea what that means, but this was the room where we woke up and this door was closed before. There isn't even a door anymore now. Open the options menu, shoot, backstab, R1 attack, lock on release. Aha. Actually, no. We woke up in the room that she's now in. Yes, we woke up in the room that she's now in. We're not getting let back into the... We're knocked onto a tile. We quick step instead of rolling. And you see, like, our health bar slowly goes down, so we can get back a bit of our health when we keep attacking in that amount of time until it completely shrinks down again, which is a thing that I might end up not using at all. Well, we don't really get anything from killing the beast, just the satisfaction of knowing that we can. This is what we run. We did run by this and not pick it up before. Oh, I can't wait. And we can restore hit points with the blood vial. Time for hunting and remember dawn. Yep. We'll have to look around and search for stuff. Closed by a device. The lever behind opens this door, but we'll have to go back there at a way later time. Central Yharnam. Okay. This guy with the axe hit me once, which wasn't nice. Now I was also not nice to him. Closed by device. It's also a shortcut gate, not that it is useful in any way. Not that one at least. And we get some Molotov cocktails over here. Good. And next to the ladder there was this body, blood wires. Okay. Now that we could explore this peacefully. Still a no death run. Everything's fine. Good. This was where I was wanting to look over there, whether I could see the screaming beast. That was... the scream was coming from over there, roughly. From the cathedral. We'll see. We'll see. When we get there. Shortcut gate. Very obvious shortcut gate. Does not open from this side. And then we have this. Where there are these lanterns. These steaming lanterns. There's very often an NPC nearby that you can talk to.
You must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert. A fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
Telling me to go away.
Pale blood,
not an option.
You say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yharnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
So we had, in the room we woke up, there was a scrap of paper telling us to go for the Pale Bloods. And he is telling us the Pale Bloods are over there, in the Healing Church, in the Cathedral Ward. It's on the to the east of Yharnam, so that's west, meaning that's north, and that's south. Over the bridge towards the Cathedral Ward is where we're supposed to go next.
Across the valley to the east of Yharnam, deep within lies the old... That's your best...
Good. So we're supposed to cross that bridge. Didn't we hear a scream from that direction a second ago? We will see soon enough what that was about. Okay. Let's try to get going. I expect to die any moment, by the way. Pebbles. We can, like, lure enemies with those pebbles. They are pebbles. There's nothing. Get you. Even more hits in the same combo, you freaking fuckhead. Okay. First enemy did directly hurt us, which is not good. Run, it says. Aha. We will come to that place. I will not jump down now. We'll come to that place soon enough. Here's a shield. I want a shield. I don't want a shield in this game. The shields are bad. Come on. Lure one of you. I want to lure one of you. Thank you. Lure more of you, please. Don't know how many are patrolling here. It's a lot of them. Great. Shield guy, of course. And you see it, like, shield doesn't help him very much. Let's go the other way first. Like, I'm genuinely exploring these games. Like, I know the games, but I'm still genuinely exploring them and I'm liking to find the shortcuts and the doors that we were at before. I also like seeing those guys and knowing that he is actually completely useless to fight right now. So we don't need to go for him now. Okay. This is how far we've come. Before I told you that these lanterns are near doors and windows where we can talk to other guys. Oh, this guy went on a vacation, the guy we saw before. Molotov cocktails.
Are you that outsider?
That outside? You already heard of us.
Anything to do with you? Trot along, will ya?
I like the British English.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, trot along.
So maybe we need to come back in a disguise, or when we've made a name of ourselves. Okay. Oh god, I didn't see the second guy. I did only see the second guy. The other way around than what I said. But we got all the life that we lost. We got it back from this rally mechanic, it's called. And again, we got all our life back. Or maybe we lost a tiny smidge of life in that, but it's already good. We are already doing progress. Hey you. I am not blind. There's a lot of people patrolling here. I don't trust the streets at all. Like, look at that. What's going on over there? Wow. Like a lot of people gathering around where they burned a werewolf on the stakes.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open that door on a night of a hunt.
Good question.
Away with you. Now. Lads, you've...
Always trying twice to see whether the text changes. We will have to find like a way to interact with those people. There might be one, there might be none. I see you. I see you. With your sickle there. The interesting thing is with this game, normally when you see an enemy with a weapon that looks interesting, a bloodstone shard, normally in these games you know, like, I can get that weapon from that enemy if it drops by chance. This is not the case in this game. All weapons are pickups or boss drops or sold by the shop. Solid shard that forms in cold blood. After death, some substances crystallize, but mostly simply harden and form bloodstones. At the workshop, though, these bloodstones are embedded in weapons to fortify them. Yeah, but I think I read I need 3 to be able to afford an upgrade. We see this guy. There was a bit late on the reaction. So far I've not experienced any input lags, but that will become more severe when I actually have to react in time and according to plan and do everything right, meaning in a boss fight. It will become more apparent whether there actually is input lag. So now, when we came close, the bell is ringing and the people are starting to patrol again. So they were like gathering around to watch this thing burn, and then they are going their ways again. Got these 3. I wanna get rid of the patrol that's patrolling the streets, towards the streets that we've seen already. 2 of them come. We want more endurance. That was very low on stamina already. Okay, there's one more guy here. Who almost got me. Good. We're already doing good progress. There's one guy with a torch over there. Want to be very careful while approaching him. Quicksilver bullets. Nobody here, nobody patrolling this side. Okay. Want to show you something special. And this is like the parry and riposte mechanic, which also works if you backstab an enemy with a charged attack. Great. Do you hear those screams too, yeah? Okay, we see ranged asshole on there. We see nothing of which I thought we would be able to see from here. Okay. I thought we would be able to see other stuff from here. It must be somewhere. Talking about specific enemy type that you haven't seen yet. Ah, there you can see it. Above my head. These dogs, they look exactly like the Dark Souls 3 dogs. I would expect teleportation of them. If they're like just... And the others are like totally oblivious to me getting the attention of a ranged guy over there. And him shooting past them, it's so weird. Problem is now I have pulled the slow guy, so we'll have to wait. And as always, as a Souls player, I'm slow and steady wins the race. As I know we'll have enough time to record this, because these games aren't bloated like Neo. It won't take like 50 dozen trillion hours to beat the game. It will just take about 50, so everything's fine. I expected more dogs, to be honest. Good. It's coming from that door. The noise. Oh, we one-shot him with the heavy attack. This weapon's good. Bloodfire is on this side of the door. Okay, we put the dog. No teleportation yet. Just a bit of jumpiness. Way too much jumpiness. But this was actually alright. Okay, pull you over here. I'm afraid of the... I'm afraid of the guy that has the weapon with the high reach. The fork. The fork is an actual problem. There are not many more patrolling guys around here now. We should have killed like all of them now. There's like... There should be like this one guy with the torch left and that's it. And then we have completely scrambled up the entire congregation. Okay, please. Do what you must. Just aggro, man. What's your problem? Okay. Fuck you. Okay. Come somewhere where I can actually attack you. Easy. Easy peasy. This is a damn curse, says the last surviving guy. Sorry, no survivors. Good, we're done. We killed the entire congregation. Cold blood due. I don't know whether the ringing of the bell was an answer to me killing all the guys, or whether the bell rings if you defeat a certain enemy, like in Dark Souls 1. You never know the exact mechanics. And we can already see it, the big troll hitting the gate there. We are not going that way because our time is running short. And we want to go somewhere today. Let's talk to the next NPC.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing. I don't reckon it will.
It's interesting that they didn't bother with, like, they put all the NPCs behind doors, so they didn't need to bother with creating actual assets for how the NPCs look. We'll keep this place in mind. We'll be coming back to fight that troll, but we want to do some progress now, some progress that can't be undone. Some actual good stuff going on, hopefully. Fuck you, game. How often can you miss a guy? We don't want those dogs to come out of their cages, and yes, they can. It ate one input. That's the first eaten input that I've noticed. Might be my controller, might be me missing doing the input, or might be actual problem with PS Now and the connection.
Well, do you know of any safe places? I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this mess.
Yes.
You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
No, because I don't know a place.
You're good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is. Yeah. That little good you outsiders do. Go on. Admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you? Well, go and stop it. I know all your tricks.
Okay. The problem is I don't know a safe place to go to. Okay. This is one way we have to keep in mind, where we still need to continue exploring. I want to do... I think that we have to drop down for that, don't we? Yeah, we have to drop down for that. Okay. We're going to do that in another episode. Because I don't want to drop down there. That's like way too many enemies and way too less episode time for now. But we're gonna go around here and try to find ourselves some shortcuts. Actually, when you're looking around, this is the bridge. Like if you are on the bridge, you could drop off here to get this cold blood dew. That's heart souls, by the way. Hunters sustained by the dream gain strength from blood echoes. They imbibe the blood with thoughts of reverence, indeed gratitude for the victims. Yeah, that's heart souls. We can use them to acquire more blood echoes. That's the currency in the upper right. The upper one of those. The lower one of those is inside. Okay. We have that lower path to go to. Or we can go towards here to open a gate and go through a place that's obviously actually attached to the bridge. And it's very dark in here. For example, look at this guy. All holed up in his chair. Shooting his shotgun at me. We get pungent blood cocktails. That's our, like, despicable elderly in here? Weird. The blood cocktail is the alluring skull of this game, so you can lure enemies towards it. When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward as they burned all Yharnam to the ground on that moonlit night. And this is already our hint at that we can't cross the bridge. Like our main objective now was to cross the bridge to get to the healing church, as that guy near our lamp told us to. But here we already have the hint that the bridge is blocked and that we can't use the bridge because they blocked the bridge when the hunt began. Fucking fast attacker, man. You can keep attacking, by the way, short time after they're dead to get a bit more of your hit points back. But it doesn't go on forever. You can't hit the corpses when they're ragdolling on the ground and stuff. How many do we have? 3. Okay, we have enough to upgrade our weapon. Do I want to go with this weapon or do I want to go with another one? This question we have to ask us now, because we're back at the lab. We've reached all the progress we wanted to do now.
I haven't, that's your bet.
He still sends us past the bridge, so we will explore what's on the bridge. I actually want to level up before that, so we'll explore the bridge to the other direction first. But here we go. I need to stop this episode at some point. Okay, we have a lot of blood echoes, and I don't like having such a lot of blood echoes. Let's go with this weapon. Like, I told you that I would either use the saw cleaver or the saw spear. The problem with the saw spear is that this attack, the charged one, just isn't useful. By the way, German is gone. And I actually have no idea where he goes to when he's not here. He will soon reappear, I hope. Is he on the balcony? No. Is he over here? Nope. Oh, that's the thing I should show you. That gate is closed. He might be in that courtyard over there. He will be at some point in the game, I know that. Dollar still abandoned. Okay, let us upgrade the saw cleaver. Not view spectre. Fortify weapon will go up in 9. It goes up by 11. And that's the interesting thing. It has like a blue thing going on here. So we will get 1 slot to put a blood gem in. But we'll have to unlock that. Upgrade to saw cleaver +1. We don't need to repair it now because we actually repaired it by upgrading, and we're done with that, and we're gonna see us with more Yharnam exploration tomorrow. Have a nice day.